It's time for the Coach Lambert Show. Thanks for joining us. Coach, good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a busy last few weeks getting ready for football. We actually just came back inside from, we were out with the band for about an hour, putting pregame together with the Dazzlers and the Majorettes, and I'd probably smell like the band field, so my hair is greasy, but we're here. We're doing the show. I'm very excited. We're about to jump into a really fun part of the season.
Well, at least the humidity was down a bit today. So
it sure was. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Not cool, but better than the last few days.
Right.
Okay, so week one of high school football, almost said college because I do a show on that too. You've got a lot of young athletes going on the big stage for the first time. So how do you think they're shaping up?
They're doing really well. Varsity is getting ready, of course, for our Friday night, but not only that, we have our youth clinic. So JV is also getting ready to be out there on Friday night. They won't cheer the game, but they're going to be out there with the kids and doing the pregame performance. It's always, I don't want to say a risk because we know what we're doing, but it's always really chaotic doing that youth clinic the first football game of the year, because that'll be the first time we do pregame with varsity on the field. It'll be the first time we do run out and cheer a football game with the band and the music and everything else. So it's just adding a little bit of chaos on top of an already pretty chaotic night. But the girls have handled everything like professionals in the past. Last year was when we did the youth clinic and the glow in the dark pep rally on the same day. And that was halfway through the season and it was still chaotic. So there's never a calm time to be a cheerleader, to be fair, but it's going to be a really busy Friday and I'm really excited about it. I think varsity's worked really hard and we've got a lot of new and just fun skills to put out in front of the crowd. I feel like last year we kind of, did really, really clean, crowd effective stunts to where we knew they weren't going to fall. We were just putting really clean stunts in the air. This year we've pushed to where we can do more elite stunts on the sideline and they still be clean and still be crowd effective. So we're excited to get out in front of the crowd. We've even put together a little bit more skill into the pregame show and a little bit more theatrics with the band. So we're excited to finally get on the field.
Yeah, look forward to seeing it. I know that you guys have been working hard. Two-a-days started over a month.
July 15th.
Yeah, a month ago.
It's been over a month, which is crazy. Time has flown. And I mean, being back in school, I feel like it all just goes by even faster. And the days go by pretty fast because in the classroom, I'm always on my feet just teaching and walking laps. And I'm one of those people that teaches and the bell rings. And I'm like, oh, wait, I wasn't done. Like, I know my kids are probably sick and tired of hearing my voice. And they may not get to for much longer because it's on its way out. And it's the second week of school. But I always pretty much sound like this during football season.
Yeah, it'll come back, right?
Maybe in March.
Yeah, after Nationals.
Yeah, after Nationals, it'll come back.
So you talked about the clinic. That is the Friday afternoon?
Yes. So we'll do the middle school clinic tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We'll do the elementary school clinic on Thursday, and then the performances are all Friday. So it's a 3-day event, which is the reason to our parents who are watching, you have been sent the Sign Up Genius, the stuff by your team reps, because it is all hands on deck. There's over 150 kids. I think about 45 of them are middle school. The rest of them are elementary school. And it is a lot of work getting out all the t-shirts and getting them registered and making sure we have everybody. I mean, I like to say that I'm like the leader of chaos around here, but my chaos is high schoolers. I mean, my realm is not first grade and keeping up with a bunch of first grade, kindergarten, those precious children. We need our parents. We need all hands on deck to help us out on Friday night. But it's always a lot of fun getting them out on the field. I mean, there's girls in the program who remember their first time on the field, and now they'll be the ones performing in the varsity pregame show. We actually have the cutest videos of specifically Kendall Braun. Her mom sends them to me every year of her. I think she was a kindergartner at the youth clinic when I was a senior. So like, it's my friends in the uniform, like standing around. I wasn't in them, but Kendall was a kindergartner at that clinic and now she's on the varsity squad. And it's such a big memory for a lot of these kids and their parents to see them out on the field. So we try to, do our best to make it the best night as possible, but we need our parents' help. This is my call to action. We need our parents' help. That's the future of your program. Exactly. And I think Coach V, yourself, have done a really good job. We're going to do at game day, we're going to do some more things. Like we're going to broadcast the Berry game on Thursday and possibly some rec games. But you have to start at the young age and start building your program. Right. And for the longest time, Spain Park, not the only school that didn't, but we really didn't do that. Right. And it has been, that's one of my number one goals. Obviously, like, I have I don't want to say short-sighted goals, but my goals that are right in front of me here at Spain Park with the kids I have on the team and the things that we're doing. We got our competition choreography last week, and this routine is out of this world. That's obviously, in terms of my career, short-sighted goal. That is a this year thing. But one of my ultimate goals with this program is to develop from first grade up. And we really emphasize that with the coaches at the youth clinic. The first youth clinic we did with the rec teams, I was telling them, I even told the parents at the showcase night, I was like, this program is growing very quickly and we are advancing very quickly. And we need your children to be prepared to be a part of it, with tumbling, with stunning, with just being involved in our community. That's what we're really pushing, because again, there's nothing better than those girls whose dream who was to be a Spain Park cheerleader, and here they've made it, but the talent level just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And I'm hoping that our community and our rec teams and Barry, everything will start to fall in line, and we'll start developing that talent a little bit earlier and getting it to cycle into Spain Park. So, the sky's the limit if we're able to do that, because with what we're able to do with kind of developing a lot more of the elite skills at the high school, even varsity level, I can only imagine where we will be if we can start developing that earlier in life.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of the successful high school programs nationally, they start, say, football, they'll start 5-year-olds running a watered down version of their offensive and defensive sets. So obviously you can't have a 5-year-old doing the same level skills of stunting, but you can show them the structure of how you practice.
Exactly. And it's the little things too of just teaching them discipline and being able, not discipline as in punishment discipline, but what it means to be on a team. You're disciplined to come to practice and to do what your coach says and to work with others. It all starts at a very smaller level with the younger ones, but then eventually it becomes all those life lessons on how to be an athlete and tumbling. And then it becomes that and stunting. You can't stunt before you know how to be a good teammate. Because one of the big things, I joke around with our girls all the time, it's not a joke, but I'm like, it's not fun to drop your friends.
Right.
Don't drop your friends. That's a bad way to keep friends. So, when you teach younger ones that way, when they know whenever they're stunting, safety is the number one priority, it really starts to make our lives easier at the high school level. But luckily our girls, I'll tell a story because it just happened literally 30 minutes ago. We're working on our competition stunts that are super elite and they're really awesome. And Britain, Dana's stunt group, threw her up, and it was a really pretty stunt, and it just hit off the top and came toppling over the side. And I'm sitting in front of it. I've had surgery. I can't go save anybody's life anymore. And I thought Britain was headed straight to the ground. It looked like Britain was about to just smack right into the floor. Well, heroic Kate Bradley swoops in from behind her. She was the back spot of the stunt, throws her knee into her back to keep her off the floor. Her head's still going towards the floor. She grabs around her head, almost like she's trying to make a football tackle. I think her brother must have rubbed off on her or something, because she grabs Britain's head and rolls over to keep her off the floor. And luckily that could have ended in a catastrophic neck or back injury that just led to a little bit of a bloody mouth. And Kate got scratched on the stomach. But it just goes to show they get it. They know when Kate and Kendall and Riley, Britain's group, put her in the air, they know the number one priority is keep Britain safe.
Right.
At the end of the day, Britain's got to stay safe because she's the one that's 10 feet above us. We can't let her hit the ground. And that's something we've really pushed in the program over the last few years is you're responsible for your own stunt group. We're going to spot when things are being tried for the first time. But besides that, there are 3 people underneath your top girl and you're in charge of keeping her off the ground. That's your job. And our girls do a really good job of that. And again, that's something that I want to push lower and lower. Again, we taught the 4th through 6th graders how to stunt at that camp. And we were pushing that too. They weren't making giant circles around to spot. It was the group and then 1 or 2 of our girls. I just hit the microphone, so sorry. But it was them and 1 or 2 of our girls with them. And that teaches those kids how to stunt without being reliant on, I'm going to fling myself over the edge because someone's going to catch me. No, there's a responsibility on the top girl too. And I know this was just a 1-week camp we did, but the lessons we were able to teach and the things we were able to get across to them in just a week when it comes to skill development, I think is going to be a really, really big deal when those classes make their way through Barry and Spain Park.
Fundamentals in every sport, right?
Absolutely.
Coach, we're not going to talk about competition schedule yet.
Not just yet.
We talked about it briefly, but I would say the next show we'll get into that. Don't you think? We're
getting closer and closer. For a fact, our first competition is in October. We just do not know yet whether we're going to be the Saturday or the Sunday. of that weekend.
Okay.
But it's coming right around the corner.
19th and 20th?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in Huntsville, and we are excited. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a routine. It's the hardest routine we've ever had, but at this moment, it's the most attainable routine. Like, we are so much further along than, like I told the girls, I was like, we're further along right now. Like, y'all look better doing these stunts now than we looked doing some of our national stunts that we actually competed in January, like right before the competition. We're off to a really, really strong start.
Good news. Good news.
So fingers crossed that it all continues going in the right direction and we continue developing and pushing ourselves where we need to so we can have a really successful season.
Excellent. We'll get an update on that next show. For now, we're going to wrap this show up. We're going to take a break, actually, and then we're going to come back to Senior Spotlight.
Welcome back to Jaguar Stadium. For the past 10 years, this place has been like a second home for us, and we are proud to be a part of this community. Last year, I moved my wealth advisory practice, RFG Advisory, to Inverness because we believe that investing goes way beyond the stock market. It's about local support, planning for a better future, and serving our neighbors. So let's enjoy these Jags and their relentless forward progress. Go Jags!
We have Palmer Cerniglia on our Senior Spotlight. Palmer, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
All right. So what age did you start cheerleading?
I started rec cheer at first grade, all the way up to now.
All right. At Spain Park, what position or role do you play on the team?
Well, I'm a senior, so I'm a leader, and I'm a back spot in a stunt group. I also tumble, so it's like kind of all the way around.
Okay. What would you say your best skill is or best attribute?
Well, for tumbling, I would say up to like a layout and any kind of tuck. And then for stunts, we just started hitting boo-foos. So it's a back handspring full up.
Okay,
so that's our new
nice.
skills. Yes.
To this point, so this is year 4 in high school. What's your best memory so far regarding cheer?
I would have to say all my memories last year with my stunt group. Our first time with the Nationals lights, our first time hitting as a stunt group in front of the school, everything with that.
Nice. Nationals is always fun, right?
And nerve-wracking.
Yeah. About 100,000 spectators on the grounds. It's a big deal. So as far as personal goals or team goals this year, has anything changed or?
I think being a senior, it's more about like the leadership and to make sure you're always setting a role model upon juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. So more the leadership aspect and know that everyone's eyes is always on you. But overall, with the skill on the team is as good as it always is, and the attitude, everything's great.
So after high school, do you have any plans set already, or?
I plan to go to Auburn
Okay.
and have some kind of law degree because that's also what I'm interested in other than cheer.
Excellent. Well, we're about to have week 1 of high school football, and after that, we're going to have competition schedules going to come up soon. So we'll probably be seeing you again soon, but thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thank you.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.